Hi, this is the lecture for Tuesday, the 13th of April, 2021, and you have this rather unusual view thanks to my desire not to get messed with by YouTube for using public domain information in my classroom. But God knows the algorithm and the VI that they have doesn't necessarily take all reasonable things into account. So, where we were. Well, we came in listening to the Soviet anthem, Soviet national anthem, and fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at totalitarianism as it develops in Mother Russia. Remember, this is the first time a totalitarian government is given power in a country. Now, how are totalitarians different from absolutist monarchs, you may ask? Well, yesterday I tried in painstaking detail to explain how totalitarians rule and what limits they have. They don't have any. Whereas kings have limits. In the West, kings have always been limited by their oath to God and by Christ to rule for the sake of the people in a Christian fashion. And in one way or another, there's always a pledge to be a Christian king. And being a Christian king means you're not going to engage in woefully unchristian behavior. And if you do, you can get excommunicated. Well, that restraint that is on Christian monarchs, even those who pretend to be absolute, like Louis XIV of France, doesn't exist in totalitarianism. So, when the Bolsheviks take over, they are led by Sovnarkom, which is a committee of leading Bolsheviks. And in particular, they're led by Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, otherwise known as Lenin. And I'll show you what he looks like. Let's see if this will work. Will I be able to operate like this? Well, it shouldn't be a problem. So what we're going to do is go over here, do that in. Yeah, it's my theory of history. Menage, tools, size, largo. Okay. Here we've got several pictures of Lenin. But my favorite is this one, where he's trying to look like Lucifer himself. That is not an accident. Note, the eyes are the focus. And Lenin is bald, he has a mustache and a bit of a goatee.
Like an egg.
Well, inside that egg is all sorts of knowledge. Here's another famous pose of Lenin standing and gesticulating to the crowd. Here's another one. And this one probably gives you a good picture of what Lenin really looked like if you were just standing across the room from him. Why didn't that come out in another one? Gosh. Okay, open a new... There we go. There we go. Come on. This isn't that hard. In any event, they've got to show me all their stuff. I don't care. Open and different. View image. Fine. I don't care.
Now he's so small.
Now he's so small. But Lenin is really superhuman in size. Just ask Stalin. Here we go. Okay. So that gives you a sense of the look of the man. Now, regardless of what actually happens, it does actually matter. Yes, those people who are watching from home are seeing an empty screen. Hello. Hi. The idea is that Bolshevism is going to unleash new ways of thinking and doing. It's going to bring about the new Soviet man. And so there are going to be new forms of art and architecture, like the Tatlin Tower, which is proposed to be the new home of the Soviet International. And it's going to be the tallest building in the world. And this is a picture of what it might look like had they completed it. So there you have it compared to a tall onion dome steeple in Moscow, and it's huge. It looks a bit like a abstract Tower of Babel, but it's leaning. So it's the Leaning Tower of Babel, and it's got these sort of steel and glass walls. Yes?
Like a really bad wedding.
But socialism, the communist utopia, the millennium that they're promising, is going to be a time with a new aesthetic. And so this new aesthetic is going to be explored by architects like the ones who designed this massive Tatlin Tower that is never built, because it would have been incredibly expensive. But that's not all. You've got painters who are going to come up with new aesthetics in painting.
This is the best.
Georgy Malevich is going to famously paint, and this had still better be on large, is it? No, it isn't. I've got to do this again and again. God, what a waste of my time. And yours. Okay. Let's see. So, Malevich is going to push the bounds of what is considered to be art. Let's see if we can get a decent picture here. Because it's from an art gallery, we may not, because they want you to buy it. Bite me. Let's see. Yeah, let's try this one here. See if it works. View image. Okay. This, if you look at it, is Malevich's white on white. The new Soviet aesthetic, the new socialist aesthetic. Can you see it? Can you dig it? You have the white canvas background, which is painted. He's not just leaving it blank. Oh no, that would be wrong. So he paints the canvas in a wash of white. But then the genius comes, because we have an offset rectangle in another shade of white. White on white. Malevich sticking it to the man, showing Western art and Western aesthetics how puny they are with their Michelangelos and their Leonardos and their Raphaels and, Jacques-Louis Davids. He was on the right track, but he didn't go far enough. You got to break with the past, like Kylo Ren says. Kill it. By the way, if you can't see it, you can certainly move to a place where you can. This white on white is worth seeing. But we're not done. We have looked at architecture. We have looked at art. We're not done. Oh.
Not
anyone. Okay. Avraamov
I don't want an image. I put it in the wrong spot. I do that here. Okay.
1 hours. Okay.
Okay. This is by Arseny Avraamov, and this is the new Soviet socialist aesthetic
Yes.
in music.
You're gonna get copyrighted. So,
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it here. Hello. And I'll come back.